In the heart of a sun-dappled forest, where flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, lived a cheerful little hedgehog named Holly. Holly had a very special hobby. She loved collecting shiny leaves. Every morning, she would scamper through the woods, her little nose twitching, searching for the most beautiful leaves to add to her collection. She had leaves that shimmered like gold, leaves as red as a summer sunset, and leaves with delicate, lacy edges. Each one was a tiny treasure, and Holly kept them carefully tucked away in a cozy hollow log near her burrow. One bright and breezy morning, Holly was on the hunt for a special leaf, one with silver spots she had glimpsed the day before. She pattered along a familiar path, her eyes scanning the ground, but instead of a shiny leaf, she found something very different. Huddled at the base of a giant oak tree was a tiny, fluffy baby bird. It was all alone and trembling, its little beak open in a silent chirp. It had fallen from its nest high above. Holly's heart melted. The little bird looked so scared and lost, forgetting all about her silvery leaf. Holly knew she had to help. She gently nudged the little bird with her nose. "Don't be scared," she squeaked softly. "I'll help you get back home." The baby bird chirped weakly, shuffling its tiny feet. Holly looked up, way up, at the branches of the mighty oak tree. The nest was a small, dark smudge against the bright blue sky. It was so high. Holly was a creature of the ground. She couldn't climb trees. She tried to show the baby bird the way, pointing with her nose and hopping a little, but the little one was too small and frightened to even try to fly. The trunk of the oak tree was far too tall and rugged for a little hedgehog to scale. Holly sat back on her haunches and tapped her chin with a tiny paw. She was a very clever hedgehog and knew that when a problem was too big for one person, it was time to ask for help. A brilliant idea popped into her head. She wasn't the only one in the forest. She had friends. With a determined nod, she turned and scurried off, her little legs moving as fast as they could. She knew exactly who to find. She raced through the whispering ferns and over mossy stones, on a mission to assemble the best rescue team the forest had ever seen. First, she found a family of rabbits nibbling on sweet clover in a sunny meadow. "Please," Holly panted, "a baby bird has fallen from its nest, and I can't get it back up the tall oak tree. I need your help." The rabbits, known for their gentle hearts, immediately agreed. Their soft paws would be perfect for lifting the delicate creature without hurting it. Next, Holly zipped over to a stand of pine trees where a group of nimble squirrels were chasing each other up and down the trunks, chattering playfully. "Excuse me," Holly called up. "We need your amazing climbing skills. A baby bird needs to get back to its nest." The squirrels, always up for an adventure, leaped down, their bushy tails twitching with excitement. With her rescue team assembled, Holly led the way back to the giant oak tree, feeling very proud. The rabbits, squirrels, and Holly all gathered around the trembling baby bird. The plan was simple but brilliant. Two of the rabbits carefully and ever so gently scooped up the little bird onto a large, soft leaf they had found. It was like a little green stretcher. The baby bird snuggled in, feeling much safer now, surrounded by its new friends. It chirped a little louder this time, a sound of hope. Now it was the squirrels' turn. They were the climbers, the acrobats of the forest. One of the strongest squirrels carefully took the leaf stretcher in its mouth. Then, with the other squirrels clearing the path and offering support, it began to climb. Up the mighty oak they went, moving with incredible speed and agility. They leaped from branch to branch, always making sure their precious cargo was safe. Holly stayed on the ground, directing the operation like a little general. A little to the left, she'd call out, "Watch out for that wobbly branch." She kept her eyes glued on the little bird, her heart thumping with anticipation. The squirrels were amazing, and in no time, they reached the nest. With one final, careful maneuver, they gently tipped the leaf, and the baby bird slid right back into its cozy home, right next to its brothers and sisters. Just then, the mother bird returned, her beak full of juicy worms. She saw her baby, safe and sound, and then she saw the rescue team below. Her heart filled with gratitude. She looked down at Holly, the little hedgehog who had started it all, and she began to sing. It wasn't just any song. It was the most beautiful, cheerful melody Holly had ever heard. It was a song of pure thanks, a song that filled the entire forest with joy. The squirrels chattered happily, and the rabbits twitched their noses in delight. Holly felt a warm glow spread through her chest, a feeling even better than finding the shiniest leaf in the whole world. As the sun began to set, casting long, golden shadows through the trees, Holly waved goodbye to her friends and started her walk home. She didn't have a new leaf for her collection that day, but she had something much more valuable, the wonderful feeling of helping someone in need. The mother bird's thankful song echoed in her ears. Holly the hedgehog learned a very important lesson. She realized that even if you're small, you can make a very big difference. It doesn't matter your size. What matters is the size of your heart and your willingness to help others. And Holly's heart was as big as the whole wide forest. Remember, just like Holly, even the smallest helpers can be the biggest heroes. With a happy sigh, she curled up in her burrow, dreaming of new adventures and new friends to help.